Hi everyone, this is Purnima Mahalingam. In this video lecture series of electrical machines and drives, today we are going to see a topic about what are the types of electric drives. In previous video, what do you mean by electric drives and basic we have discussed about what do you mean by electric drives and why the electric drives is needed and what are the basic blocks of electric drives. And this video, we are going to discuss a topic about what are the types of electric drives. Come, let's go into the video. First thing, what are the types of electric drives? Generally, we have three types. First thing is, generally we have three types. First thing is group drive. Next thing is individual drive. Next thing is multi-motor drive. These are the basic classification of electric drives. Here, first thing we are going to see about group drive. What do you mean by group drive? Come, let's see. If several groups of machines or mechanisms or machines are organized to do work, to do one single work is called as a group drive. Organized to do a single work is known as group drive. So the driven by one motor, it is an organized and it is driven by one motor is called as group drive. The system is also called group drive systems. And here we can see the picture. Here we can see this is in one motor and we have a shaft. The shaft is connected with more shaft and we have so many machines. So what is A is? A is a common motor. A is, because here the A represents this, A represents common motors. And B represents motor pulley. This B represents is a motor pulley. And here the C represents overhead shaft driving pulley. The C represents overhead shaft which driving this pulley. This is the shaft, main shaft. And finally the D represents overhead shaft is a motor, shows the overhead shaft, the motor connector. And E is a main shaft pulley. This is a main shaft pulley. Here the main, again that is coming here is the main shaft pulley. And F is in a belts and which is connected with the pulley. F is in a belts and the G. Here the G, here G is in a fast and losing pulley. Here is in a fast and losing pulley. And we have finally we have the loop, room number one, loop number two, based on the application. Here the several machines. Here the some of the machines. Here the several mechanism or machines are organized and driven by one motor. With by the one motor, this system is called as group drive. If the motor, here the one motor, the system is group drives. Here the advantages. Here we can see the advantages of group drive. So maximum it is an economically most economical. This is the first advantage. This is an economic. This is an economically. How we can see is we can use one motor and we can do so many we can control the so many machines and mechanisms, and it is an operate and all operation can be stopped simultaneously. If we cuts the supply of one motor, and all the operation will cuts the simultaneously, and less space is required and less maintenance. These are the main advantages of group drives. And what is the disadvantage of group drives? Here, any fault occurs in one motor, it's cause stop for all operations. If any problems happens in single motor, what happens? We have to cut off the entire operations, and it is not possible to install any machine at a distance placed, and additional machines is not possible. If at a distance we can't place any of the additional machines also, and not safety to operate. And it is important thing is not safety to operate, because if any mistakes happens in this motors, the entire thing is collapsed. And now the noise level at the working spot is high. This is the noise level is very high, and it is in flexibility. These are the main disadvantages of group drive. The next is individual drive. What do you mean by individual drive? So when each machine is driven by its own separate motor with a gear and pulley, etc., is called as an individual drive. So each motor is connected with a separate gear and pulley. Here we can then see the motor, which is connected with the separate gear and pulley. Each motor is connected with a separate gear and pulley. This is called as an individual drive. Here in pictures we can see each motor is connected with the separate gear and pulley. Okay, we can see what are the advantages. The main advantages here it is machines can be installed at any positions. So the main advantage is wherever we need, we can take the machines and we can finish the problems and we can get back. So wherever needs, you can install the machine easily. The next thing is it operates full control of a machine, which can be quickly stopped if the accidents happens. If any accidents happen, we can stop it quickly. Okay, so each machine is driven by the separate motors and can be run as stop desired. It can be run as a stop desired. Okay, so good appearance, cleanliness, and safety. This is the main advantage. If the fault in one motor and other motor will not affect. The main thing is if a fault happens in one motor, another motor will not affect. If the fault happens in one motor, other motor will not apply affects. The maintenance of line shaft, pulley, and belts, etc. is eliminated. So the main is the belt pulley is eliminated. And for driving heavy machines, individual drive is essential. For heavy machines, the individual drive is preferred. And disadvantages, only one disadvantage is the initial cost is high because we have to purchase separate drives motors for separate applications. So that's what the initial cost is high. The next is multi-motor. What do you mean by multi-motor? So in multi-motor, the drive separate motors are provided for operating different parts of in driving mechanisms. So even one drives, we need a separate motors for driving different part of a different mechanisms. So one systems and we need different motors to operate for different mechanisms. So this is multi-motors. Here, what is the main advantages of multi-motors here is the first advantage is that each machine is driven by separate motor. It can be run at any desire. It can be run at any desire. It can be run at any run and stop at any desire. And in case of motor fault, only it can connected machines will stop. If the motor is fault, the connected machines is stopped. And where the other will continue the work accordingly. And the absence of the belt and line shaft, absence of the belt and shaft generally reduce the risk of accident to the operation personnel. Okay, these are the main advantages. Here we can see the pictures. So different motor is needed. Here we can see them. Different motor is needed for different mechanism. Different motor is needed for different mechanisms. Here we have more than one motor to drive on a single mechanism. So in this video, we have seen what are the types of machines. So first we have seen we have three types of electric drives. One is group drives, next one is individual drive, next is motor drives. In group drives, so several number of mechanisms or several number of machines connected within one motor, and if the motor gets a problem, the entire machine, the entire system get collapsed, and these are the major disadvantages. But advantages, it needs less space. So we have seen discuss about advantages and disadvantages. The next is individual drive. So individual machines have its own gear and pulley and operates for individual applications. So the major advantages is there if suppose the fault occurs in some other machines, this machines we can't cut we no need to cut off this machine because this operates in its own gear and pulley, and another machine operates in its own gear and pulley, so there won't be any disturbance between the two machines. This is the main advantages. The disadvantages, we have one single disadvantages because if you are purchasing the motor for each and individual applications, the initial cost will be high. This is the major disadvantages. And multi-motors, there's a one mechanism. We need more number of motors to drive on different part of and mechanisms. So then one machines, it need more number of motors to operate for separate different applications. Okay, so these are the three types of electric drives we have seen in today's class. In next class, we can see with another application. Thank you.